Hi guys, Leah here with your weekly card reading starting today, Friday the 22nd of June 2018. And we're nearly at the end of our month of happiness for my monthly healing emails. So if you haven't yet subscribed to that, head over to leahloyd.com and subscribe to the email. There is going to be a prize for someone at the end of the month who has been the most interactive on my Instagram and Facebook pages for the month. So you've still got 8 days to get in there and make that happen. So if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe today, and the next email will be out on the 1st of July. So try and get in before then if you want to. So the first card for this week says a win-win solution. There's strength in diversity. By blending the ideas of other people with your own, we can often come up with a solution that's magnificent. Start by focusing on the aspects that everyone agrees upon, and then open your mind to compromise and work together. Stay balanced and seek out a moderate approach. So sometimes we get very set in our ways, and at the moment the energy is around change and a lot of making big changes, and things will stay the same. If you want change, then you have to make changes. And so this card's kind of letting you know, though, to don't try and over control it yourself. Listen to other people, listen to other ideas, talk to other people. And sometimes we think we know best for everything, and I'm kind of laughing at that because that's a bit how I am. So but sometimes just talking to other people, and they give you ideas, and you might come up with solutions to things that you wouldn't have thought of on your own, but it's the perfect solution. And so these cards just remind you, just maybe take a little step back from trying to control how things go and assuming that you know kind of the best way to do things, because it could be just in general conversation with other people, but other ideas are going to come to you. It might be just brainstorming with a friend and talking it through, and you'll come up with a completely different solution at the end of that conversation, which will be lead you to a better outcome. So listen to other people this week, compromise, work together. If you need help, ask for help. And there's no shame in saying, this is hard for me, and I need you to help me with this, because the people who love you are going to want to help you, and they're going to want the best for you as well. And it's not to say that don't also, if other people are kind of saying, well, this is how you need to do it, you don't need to take all of that on board either. This is about finding a balance between other people's suggestions and what you're thinking, and you'll know because it'll feel right. So be open to receiving ideas, but also listen to your own intuition and do what's right for you as well. And the next card is Go Within. And this card tells you that you're a very intuitive person, and there are many wonderful insights that lie waiting inside you. Take the time to be quiet and reflect upon the desires of your heart through meditation or prayer. There's no need to take action right now. Be patient with yourself. So, as we were saying with the first card, just really connect with you as well. And sometimes too, we get an idea in our heads, this is what we want, and this is where we're headed, and this is how we're going to do it, this is our plan. And we kind of, stick to that so much that we don't check in and see if that's still what we want. Sometimes our goals change. Sometimes what we want in life changes. Our circumstances might change, and then we go, well, actually now that goal isn't really where I want to be headed. And there's no shame in changing where you're headed at any point. Don't persevere to reach a goal purely because some time ago that was what you wanted, if it's no longer what's best for you now. You can change your mind, and you can change your plan, and you can head in a completely different direction if that's what suits you now. And what suits you now may not be what suits you again in another 2 years' time. So it's really important to regularly check in with you and just go, is this still what I want? Is this where I want to be headed? Is all of this effort worth it, or is it a lot of effort because it's actually not in alignment with who I am now and what I want to achieve? So really check in with you and make sure that you're on track for what is best for you. And the third card is Five of Action. And this tells you your angels want you to know that your current challenge pushes you to be assertive and self-confident. Be willing to stand up for yourself and defend your position. You have the right to excuse yourself from those who bring drama into your life. So when you try and make changes, when you change your mind, you might have people who are probably very well-meaning, you know, saying to you, but you've worked so hard towards this. Why would you want to throw that away now? Why would you want to change where you're headed now? Why would you want to start again? You know, all of those kinds of things. This card is a reminder that, you know, once you've decided for you what's best for you, stick with that. Don't be persuaded to go back to old ways and old plans because other people think that's what's best for you. So, you know, be sure in yourself about what you want. And sometimes it's good to just nurture these ideas quietly before you announce them to the world. Just sit with them for a little while and make sure it's what you want and you're doing it for the right reasons, and that those reasons are best for you, not for perhaps others. And because when you're really sure and when you're confident in what you've decided, it is a lot easier then to be assertive and be confident and stand up for yourself. And you don't have to, this doesn't have to be a screaming match. You know, this is just a quiet confidence of actually, no, I know this makes no logical sense, or I know what you're saying, but this is what I need to do for me, and this is what I'm going to do. And just do what's best for you. You're allowed to do that. It's your life. At the end of the day, everyone around you is probably trying to be helpful and they want the best outcome for you as well. But at the end of the day, you're the person who's living your life, and you're the person who needs to make up your mind for you. So listen to others, talk through ideas, get ideas from other people, because that will shape, you know, people sometimes have suggestions that may not have even occurred to you, but they're perfect. But check in with you, make sure it's what you want, and then, you know, stick with that. You follow the path that you want to follow, and don't let other people kind of rain on your parade. So, and the card this week from My Healing Cards is Cherish. And this card is a reminder to cherish what you hold dear to you. Treat yourself with the same love and affection that you would treat, you know, your child or, you know, someone that you love greatly. And be tender with your hopes and dreams. So that's where, you know, keep them to yourself initially. Really sit with them until you know exactly how you feel about where you're headed and where you want to go with that. And give yourself and give your dreams that quiet time just to nurture them until you're ready to share it with the world. Because, you know, once it's kind of out there, people will have their opinions. They'll put their energy onto it. And so you want to be really confident before you go there, because then you can kind of protect what it is that you cherish and what you hold dear and what you're nurturing. So I hope that makes sense. I hope it's helpful this week, and I'll see you again next week. Bye.